So first I can just snap that part off pretty easily. This is probably about the size you want sticking from your sprue, remember a fancy word for funnel, into your model. If it's too small, the metal won't be able to pass through and let air escape. If it's too big, you're gonna end up with a really big mark. So if you can look at that one later and see about how big it is. All right, I'm gonna get out X-Acto knives. So because I made this in a nice cheap plastic cup, the first thing I can do is just get rid of the cup. Okay, so there's our model. So, anybody have ideas about how I should cut it open? Yes?
Should I use like a backpack so that I can say very sharp to cut it kind of straight, like right in half?
So you think I cut straight down right in half?
Or if you cut like one side and then go on the other side, that is the possible middle of it.
So can anyone think about why? Yes, so the first time you make a mold is almost always what you do, right? You just cut it straight in half, and you want to aim so that you make sure you can see the mold, make sure it came out well, you can see the inside cavity really well. Can anyone think about a reason why I might not want a straight cut all the way through? It might not be even when I put it back together. So if I have two flat surfaces, like hemispheres on the inside, how am I going to know when the inside is lined up just right? That's hard, right? The outside, like I can look and see the lines, but now we're trusting my eye. We don't want to trust my eye if we can help it, right? So can anyone think what else might we be able to do? Yes?
Cut on both sides halfway down.
Okay, halfway down, but try and leave the bottom all the way connected. That is absolutely a known and good way to go about it. What else? Zigzags, right? So if you do something kind of like this, you'll be able to see exactly how the mold should go back together. Anybody else? Yeah?
You can cut the inside of it only, and then you can just grab it out. Like you cut it, like the outside will still be attached. Then you can just take out the plastic.
That's true. So I do need to still get my model out, right? It's still in there clogging up my hole. But I do need to get far enough in there that I can pull that piece out, that I can kind of check the inside. And then when we're done, we need to be able to open it that much again so that we can get our metal piece out, right? So I'm going to do kind of a combo, or I'm going to try for a kind of a combo. I'm going to try for some zigzags so I know where it comes together. And I'm actually going to try and also leave the bottom all the way connected because that'll just make sure it comes back together really well. It doesn't always work out, but we're going to try. When you're using an X-Acto knife, don't hurt yourself. I don't like paperwork. Okay? Silicone is thick, like kind of... Okay, so have you ever tried to cut through an eraser? Like one of those pink erasers? It's kind of like that. There's a lot of resistance to it, but you want to be kind of slow and steady. The more you can resist sawing motions, the better, because sawing motions are going to leave little flaps of silicone behind, which is not really what we want. We do want to just be able to check as we go. Like, look, I already found my bunny's, I don't know, foot, maybe? Could be a foot. All right. I'm going to try and go for a zigzag. So the good news is, what happens if I destroy my 3D print? Nothing! Right? The plastic was pretty cheap. It didn't take that long to make. And the whole point here is that we're getting rid of our plastic bunny and we're gonna make metal bunnies. So if I totally destroy the plastic bunny on the inside, that's okay. So this is kind of a slow process. So you can see I've started a zigzag here, and now as I go down, I'm kind of peeling it open and checking for where it's still connected. Like if you peel the sides right now, I can see that it's still connected right in there. This is one of those other, the longer you take doing it, probably the better it's gonna come out. Okay, it was in fact my bunny's butt. There we go. See, there it is. Cute little tail. And it did not go all the way to the edge of the cup, so we're good. As long as we keep it kind of well contained. When we put it back together, the metal won't escape and hit the cup, so that's a good thing. See how we're doing. We always want to try and cut away from us with an X-Acto knife, not towards ourselves. Details. Kind of an important detail. Okay, but it looks like now that I've gotten down to about here, that's pretty close to the bottom of my model, at least for this side of the bunny. So I'm going to stop cutting here and I'm going to go to the other side and try and free it up from there. Okay, so if that was the back, so this is the front. And we got the top almost free. Yes. One of the other nice things about making these in a cup is that you basically give yourself a built-in suction cup. And it doesn't move. Just kind of handy. Okay, we're almost there. And need a little more on this side. Ha! The rabbit is free. Okay, and so I'm going to pass this around. Guys, try and be gentle with it so you can kind of hold it by the bottom. Use your thumbs to kind of peel it open, and you can see my rabbit-shaped cavity on the inside. And I'll pass it around. So when we go to make this out of metal later, I'm going to take the exact same type of cup that I made it in. I'm going to put this in that cup to help hold it still and tight. And then I'll pour metal down my little sprue funnel in, and we'll get a little metal bunny. Okay, so try